Hey guys, and welcome to my very first video on this channel. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous right now, but at the same time I'm really excited to share my passion for art with all of you, and I hope you guys enjoy it. In today's video, I'll be talking about how and when I started sharing my art online. And since only listening to my voice might get a little bit boring, I've also recorded the process of a recent drawing I worked on. And if you want, you can join me by grabbing your own sketchbook and draw along with me. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we dive into when and how I started sharing my art online, let's rewind a bit and talk about when I started drawing in general. I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, so since I was a little kid. I don't really know what it was, but just creating something with my own hands on a piece of paper brought me so much joy and happiness that I would completely lose track of time while I was drawing. Drawing has always been a source of peace and calmness to me. I remember that whenever I felt down or didn't feel like doing anything, making art was my way of feeling better. And that's when I realized that I wanted to be an artist. However, for a long time, that dream felt so out of reach. I didn't know any artists personally, and I had no idea how to even begin pursuing such a path. But that didn't stop me from creating art. I kept creating what I loved, tried various techniques and materials, just experimenting with new ways to make art. Eventually, I decided to give digital art a try. And I'm not going to lie, digital art was pretty intimidating at first. While the tools like brushes and a canvas and more are similar to traditional art, it still felt like I was starting from scratch. I definitely did not like how my first piece turned out, and I gave up pretty quickly. The reason? Perfectionism. Since I've been drawing for so many years with a pencil and a paper, I got used to the shading techniques and the use of traditional materials. When my digital pieces didn't meet my expectations, I started to question my skills. I wasn't patient enough to give it a proper chance, so I let go. But there was just something about digital art that kept pulling me back. It intrigued me. So after some time, I decided to give it another shot. I picked up my pen again and started drawing digitally, even though I had no idea what I was really doing. Looking back, I'm glad I didn't give up, because if I hadn't started back then and if I hadn't kept going, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm not saying that my art is perfect now, but seeing how much I've improved over time just makes me pretty happy. Seeing different artists and different art styles all over social media inspired me to keep going, and it made me realize one thing. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You've probably heard of this quote before, but once I truly understood it, something just clicked. Even if you feel like you're not good at something right now, that doesn't mean that all your practice and effort is wasted. Every sketch, every piece that you create is contributing to your growth and helping you improve your skills. No one is amazing at something right away. Everyone starts somewhere. What's important is that you don't let perfectionism hold you back from something you want to pursue or simply just enjoy doing. Just start, even if you're not good at it, especially if it's something that you've never done before. How can you be good at something within a few days if you've never done it before? Just take little steps day by day, and one day you'll look back and see how much you've improved. So how about we let go of the perfectionism and just start? After I let go of my perfectionism, I finally started sharing my art online. I started to share my art on Instagram and TikTok about a year ago. Honestly, I wasn't really satisfied with how my drawings looked at first, but I decided to post them anyway, and I'm so glad I did. Looking back, I can already see how much I've improved, and if you had told me a year ago that my skills would grow this much, I wouldn't have believed you. This was my first realistic drawing that I've posted, and this is my most recent one. Although it hasn't been that long, I'm really proud of how far I've come, and that progress keeps motivating me to create more. I started with some realistic drawings and anime fan art, but as time went by, creating anime fan art started to feel like a chore. When I opened my Instagram account, I wanted to post realistic portraits and anime/character art to add some variety to my feed. But I soon realized that trying to stick to that plan was making me lose the joy of creating. That's when I switched drawing only realistic, or or semi-realistic art. I don't really know if there's a specific term for this kind of art style, but I think you get what I mean. That doesn't mean that I'll never go back to creating character or anime art. I do want to dive into that again and work towards establishing an art style of my own. But I also know that would require a lot of time, practice, and patience. So until then, I'll keep creating what brings me joy right now. This is also a little reminder that it's okay to make changes to your original plans. Sometimes things don't work out the way you imagine, and that's completely okay. Who knows? Maybe that change was necessary and there might be something greater waiting for you. After sharing my art for over a year on those platforms, I decided to start this YouTube channel. I've been thinking about it for months, but again, that perfectionist side kept getting in the way. I would make excuses like, I don't really know how to edit videos, or I don't have an art style yet, or I don't have enough time, and many more. But like I said earlier, we all have to start somewhere to become great at something. And I genuinely just want to share my art process or try out fun challenges on here and just enjoy this new journey. And I hope you'll join me along the way. So yeah, here's the finished drawing. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe found some inspiration along the way. I guess the message of this video that I want to convey is to just start. Whether that's posting your art online, starting a business, picking up a new hobby, or anything else, just take that first step. You don't need to have everything figured out to start. You learn and grow as you go. But most importantly, don't forget to have fun and enjoy the process. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!